Hello, travelers, and welcome into the potion shop. Today we are taking a look at Moonlight Peaks. Moonlight Peaks is a new take on farming sims. While many mechanics are familiar to what we've known and loved, the premise for the world is very different. You're the child of Count Dracula. You've made the decision not to drink from people to survive, and your dad's kinda pissed about it. I was given early access to the decoration demo on Steam that will be available to the public tomorrow, October 26th. I played through the demo twice, preparing to tell you what I like, don't like, and love about Moonlight Peaks so far. This is the first time I've seen a game offer a demo focusing solely on decoration. We're locked to our farm and already have upgraded tools so we can access all basic needs to grow a garden, catch bugs, and brew potions. When you start up the demo, you'll be given an option to choose between a gothic paradise and a cheerful wonderland. This is mainly just aesthetic differences, especially when it comes to the items given to you by your parents in the mail. But I also noticed a minor dialogue difference. Whether this was on purpose or not, it's kinda neat. I figured seeing these differences would help you choose which one you want to go for when you play. That way you don't do what I would have done and agonized for at least 20 minutes over which one to choose. And as a heads up, you can't customize your character. Yet. I spent the majority of my first run just toying with different features, figuring out how items can be placed and where, as well as checking out mechanics like when does time pause, which turns out not when you're in your inventory. So days felt pretty short, especially for a demo all about taking time to decorate, but that probably won't be such a big deal once the game is in full release. Still, I hadn't really figured out all the little things I could do before the demo had ended, but I did want to play again and see how much farther I could take my decorating now that I have a foot in the water, so to speak. So that's a pretty good sign that I'm gonna like the game as much as I thought I would. I'd also like to suggest not moving your mailbox out of view if you're anything like me, because I went 3 in-game days without checking it, which is hilarious considering the point they made to not let it overflow, and I lost out on precious time with a certain spell because of it. I was just excited I could move it. I found most mechanics to be fairly simple and easy to understand, but the bug catching is a little tedious and I would miss a lot of my swings. Thankfully, the bugs and other catchable beings didn't seem to get scared and disappear even when I did miss, but that might not be the case in the final version. Something else that was a bit annoying was how trees didn't become transparent, or at least show the shadow of what was behind them when you walked by. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out if it was a rock, log, or weed blocking my path. I also had trouble, in general, using my keyboard. I have chronic pain in my hands, and having to pull my fingers across the keyboard multiple times to click on items started to really hurt, so I recommend playing with a controller if you can. It's pretty obvious it was designed to work better on controller anyway. The menus don't even have a scroll bar on the side, so you have to use the scroll wheel a lot to get what you need if you're using a mouse. I don't want to only focus on the negative though, because this game is super cute and fun to play. As someone who's really big on lore of games and love role-playing my characters, I thought I'd get bored pretty quick with only being able to decorate, but it turns out I was having a blast enjoying the art and figuring out how I might want to lay out my future farm on full release. The creatures are adorable and definitely my style with the eerie cuteness. I didn't expect to have a pet golem who basically poops out rocks for you every so often, but here we are. There are other farm animals and a coop already on your land as well, which I'm sure won't be there when you start up the full release version. Just remember that this is a look at what we can do and be done, but probably won't be what the actual start of the game is like, especially since we have no stamina, health, or mana right now, which I would be shocked if it stayed that way since you'd never have to water or wait for a crop to ever grow. The decor is phenomenal, which was to be expected since their entire demo was to showcase decorations and aesthetic themes. The dev team has been really open about feedback from players too, even asking us to vote on which looks we like for certain items. You can tell how much love was put into the pieces to make them fit into the themes of both haunting and cutesy. By the time I was halfway through my second run, I, of course, had fallen back into my cottage ways of greens and browns wherever I could put them, but being able to explore with bright pinks in a game about vampires was super fun and refreshing. Items also turned out to be able to be used as decor that I hadn't expected. Like the flowers you forage on the farm, you can plant and move them as you like. You're also given a look at spells that I assume you'll have to work a little bit harder to unlock in the full version. one of which allows you to relocate trees, opening up your aesthetic options even more. I could see cozy gamers committing some real time to this demo and exploring with how many different ways they can decorate and theme their farm. All in all, I think Moonlight Peaks will be a big hit amongst farming simmers and cozy gamers. And honestly, it kind of already is. So many of us have been following on socials and watching patiently as the world of Moonlight Peaks develops. But after this, we'll be like kids rattling the doors of the closed toy store. I'll be playing the full demo on my Twitch channel October 27th at 5 p.m. Pacific, and that VOD I'll upload here as well. Moonlight Peaks has no official release date, but they're aiming for late 2023 or early 2024, and they have confirmed a Nintendo Switch port is their highest priority after PC. If you want to see more about Moonlight Peaks and what we know so far about the game, leave a comment down below. I'll make sure to whip something up. Thanks so much for watching the video. As always, if you feel like liking and subscribing, I would appreciate it. But either way, I hope you have a very magical day.